So how do you know if Canva Pro is worth the price? As a small business, we're obviously trying to cut down our expenses, and sometimes Canva Pro can be like, oh, why do I need Canva Pro to do that? So in this lesson, I want to show you the pros to Canva Pro and just step you through, I guess, how to make a decision if it's the right decision for you and your business at this time. So let's dive in. So hi, if we haven't met before, my name is Jacqui and I love helping business owners create their own incredible brand and graphics. And I often teach it with programs like Canva. But as you will have known if you are a Canva user, there is a Canva free version and a Canva Pro version. The pricing for that is roughly, so if you're in Australia, it's about $20 per month for Canva Pro. It's a little bit less if you do the yearly subscription, and obviously different amounts if you're in different countries. But that's the rough pricing of it. And so as a business, you might be trying to work out whether it's worth upgrading to Canva Pro or not. So the first thing I want you to think about is, are you a business? Are you a business that's committed to making money through your business? If so, then you need to work out what expenses are worth paying for and which ones aren't. And for me, that usually comes into working through what expenses are going to get me more money in my business, or what expenses are going to save me more time in my business. Because as the business owner and the person doing most of the work in the business, actually that's probably changed now in this stage of my business because I'm now a mum of two. But in essence, what's going to save me time in my business is a really important thing to think about, because your time is money. And so for me, I've got a whole video I've recently done. I'll link it now, about my business's tech stack. So that means all the different programs and software that I use and pay for in my business. And it is worth paying for some things. And so it's about working out what is important to pay for and what's not. I always recommend that if you're starting out for the very first few weeks or few months, don't bother buying Canva Pro until you find you hit the point where you need it. And so because Canva Free is incredible, and there are a lot of ways that you can use that in the free version. And so pretty much what I recommend to my students and my clients is, should I get Canva Pro? Not yet. Wait until you need it and then upgrade, because upgrading is not a bad thing. Upgrading is going to help you save time and money in the long run, because obviously if you're creating great graphics, that's going to help you to promote your business better. It's going to give you a more professional look in your business. And so it's actually a great investment for your business. It's going to give you a return. So it's worth paying for, but obviously not until you're ready, not until you've got maybe a little bit of cash flow, or until you realize that it's actually going to be hindering you to not upgrade. For example, I'm going to step through lots of the pros to upgrading in a moment, like the features that you get from upgrading. But beyond that, like obviously there are a lot of workarounds to these features that you'll see. Like if you want to be able to save like this, or you want to be able to have this feature, or you want to be able to have this little template, you can find workarounds and cheeky ways that you can actually do something differently instead of having to upgrade to Canva Pro. There comes a point where you have to think, okay, I'm spending all of this time trying to work out a workaround when I could have just upgraded. So say you have an hourly rate of $50 per hour. That's about, if Canva Pro is $20, then if you're able to put half an hour of your time to something else that's going to actually bring you an income, then you've paid for Canva Pro for that month. And so working out where that benefit is for you and your business of, am I spending enough time trying to work out these workarounds when I could have just actually paid for Canva Pro and be spending my time doing, just quickly whipping out the graphics and then doing the actual work in my business that's going to earn me more money. And just as a little note, I'm not giving you accounting advice, but Canva Pro, if it's a business expense, is a tax write-off. So in Australia, at least, my Canva comes off my tax expenses. And so just thinking about like expenses for your business are a really great way to lower your tax. And so just remembering that that is an option for you as well. So for you, it's been 1 second, but for me, it's been about 3 hours. And I'm now back with my baby attached to me. He's 2 months old and I'm still learning how to make these videos with him. So let's get back into it. I want to go into now what kind of the benefits are of Canva Pro, like the different things that you can't do if you don't have Canva Pro. I wanted to kind of mention here too that I am an affiliate for Canva. So I do have a link below to give you that 30-day free trial. Obviously, I have a vested interest in you joining Canva Pro, but do know that I value honesty over everything. I myself have Canva Pro, and most of my students end up getting Canva Pro because of the reasons I'm going to share with you. So I hope that they're useful for you, but don't let the fact that I'm an affiliate put you off knowing that this is really great information about deciding whether or not to get it, because I absolutely do not believe that every business owner should get Canva Pro, because if you don't need these features, you don't need to get it. There's really great ways that you can work around some of these, and there's some features that you literally don't need. If you're just going to post to Instagram, you don't need some fancy features to do that. So these are some of the features that Canva includes in the Canva Pro subscription. The first one is a really important one if you're planning on making your logo in Canva. Again, there are kind of workarounds around this, but to be honest, it costs thousands of dollars to get a designer to design your logo for you. So if you have to pay a little bit to get Canva Pro to make these things actually work, to get a high quality version of your logo, if you're making that in Canva, then I do recommend doing that. So this logo here is a logo that I made for a client, or one of my students actually made it, and we made it together in a program that I have. What we actually need to do now is make this logo a vector file. So vector files, I have gone into a video about all of this in my logo video, so I'll attach this here. But in essence, you need the ability to save your logo as an SVG file, or even just a transparent PNG file. Both of those you cannot do unless you have Canva Pro. And so I'm just going to show you now what that actually means. So if I'm just going to highlight this logo, I'm going to download selection and I'm going to select SVG here. You'll see how it's got a little crown next to it. That means that I can't do it unless I have Canva Pro. So I'm going to select SVG. I'm also going to tick transparent background and press download. An SVG file means it's a vector format, which means that it's totally scalable. It's not going to lose quality. And it also means that you can change the colors of it within Canva. So I've just reinserted that SVG that I literally just saved from Canva. And you can see here when I click on it, all these colors appear at the top here. So if I was to say I want a white version of this logo, I could literally just click on each of these colors and change it. Or if I wanted a version of this logo that looked really great on a white background, I can change some of these things to be darker colors and everything. Like I can change everything about this logo. And if I zoom into it, it's still totally crisp. And that is the value of an SVG file. So if you're making your logo in Canva, it's really important that you have that SVG file. And so having Canva Pro is a great way to make that happen. While I'm on transparency and saving files, another feature you don't have if you don't have Canva Pro is the ability to save PNG files with transparent backgrounds. So what that means is there's no white background behind whatever you're saving. This again is really important for logo files. I use PNGs all of the time when I'm creating logo files. Like when you work with our studio, we give you vector files and we give you a transparent PNG because then you can place that over anything, even if the program you're using things on, like your website or your Canva or whatever you're using, doesn't allow SVGs. Most of them do, but having that transparent PNG file is really important. And again, you can save a PNG file with Canva Free, but you can't save that PNG file with a transparent background. And that's what PNGs are so great for. So I really recommend having Canva Pro if you're needing to do that transparency saving. Another really, really great Canva Pro tool if you are a business owner is the brand kit. So if I click over here to the brand kit, you'll see that over here that I've got my logo saved in here. I've got brand templates saved in here. I've got my colors saved in here. I've also got some clients in here. I've got specific fonts, which is another big deal. If you ever want to use custom fonts, so fonts that aren't already inside Canva, you can actually purchase fonts from anywhere on the internet like Creative Market or Dafont or whatever you're using. You can download and purchase a font from that kind of website and load it into Canva to have a Canva font. It's not actually a Canva font. It's a font that you can use in Canva, but no one else is using inside Canva unless they've also gone and purchased that font and installed it into Canva. So that's only a Canva Pro feature too. And so you can actually also save those fonts into your Canva brand kit, as along with photos, along with graphics, along with everything about your brand can all be in this one spot. So if you're ever creating a graphic, like say even if I just click over to this graphic, I can even press shuffle on these colors and it will change it to other colors within my color palette, just like that. And I can also add in my logo. And this, again, I've saved this as an SVG file. So it's just really clear, really quick, and everything is already right there. It also means that if you start creating a new design, if you want to add a new font in, it automatically can just add in my own brand font. This is a really big time saver and really great as well if you have a team. Now I'm going to come to one of the reasons that I first got Canva Pro, and that was for the background removing features. At the time, it was even better than Photoshop's background removal. Photoshop has now upped its game a little bit, so they're about on par. But the fact that you can just remove the background from any photo in Canva is such a game changer, but this is only a pro feature. So you'll see here, if I click on this photo, I can just literally click on it, press background remover, and it's going to remove the background from that. I can then edit it and change it if I want to by changing and painting away different parts of it. But in essence, that background remover is so useful when you just want to have the background gone. We use this in a lot of our designs as in the studio, and it's something that I teach all my students to do because it means that if you have a photo where the background isn't quite amazing, you can then take out the background and still create a fully branded design. Now, one of the newer features inside Canva is to delete the background from a video, not just a photo. So if you see here, I've got a video of myself typing. It hasn't done an incredible job here, but in essence, you can click on the video and again, press background remover. If I just show you here, it's totally removed the background from the video. So it moves and it changes and it's kind of cut me out depending on where I'm moving inside that video. So especially if you have a version of a video that's actually got a really strong, crisp background rather than kind of a dodgy phone quality video, then you'll be able to remove the background from that video too. And again, this is only a pro feature. Another feature that I use all the time is the ability to resize. You'll see this up here, resize and magic switch. So I've just got an Instagram post here. It's just a standard square post. And if I press resize, then you can see I can select what size I want this to be. So say I wanted to make an Instagram story or change this into a reel cover. All I need to do is click on this resize button. I can choose a custom size or I can choose one that's suggested here. I can press continue, select which pages that I want to do, choose if I want to duplicate the design or totally resize the current file, and then press resize this design. Canva is then going to look at that design and reshift and reshape things to suit the new design. So you see here that it's now a story size, and sometimes it makes it perfect, sometimes it doesn't, but you can see it stretched my background right out. It's moved this text up here. All I need to do is then just drag this up to the middle, and that's a really great design, perfect for a story or an Instagram reel. Same with this one here. It's moved my bubbles around, made everything kind of that long kind of shape. And again with this one as well, everything is already resized and I barely had to do a thing. So that resize feature is one of my favorites. Now, one of the reasons I first started using Canva a lot was the ability that everything was already there, things like elements and templates. And so if you click over to elements here, you can see here that there's all these shapes, all these photos, all of these little illustrations and designs already there. So say, for example, I wanted a picture of a beach ball. All I need to do is type in beach ball. And instead of having to go to a stock photo website, instead of having to go to Google, which is illegal to find images on Google and just use them, then I've got all these images right here straight away for me to use. That is one of the things I love about Canva. But you'll see here, there's a lot of these images that have the Pro little crown next to it. So that means that these features aren't available unless you have Canva Pro. So obviously if you have Canva free, you've still got a lot of these options available to you. So if that's got what you need, then you don't need to upgrade to Canva Pro. But if you're constantly finding that the images that you want to use are Pro ones, then you might be time to upgrade so you can save that time and just get straight onto building your design rather than searching for ages to find that free version. The same applies for templates. So if I go over to this design tab here, you can see there are lots and lots of templates down here. So say, for example, I wanted a promotional story for my Instagram. You can see here that actually a lot of these templates are, again, those Pro feature ones. And so if I want to scroll down, I've got this one here I could use for free, this one here I could use for free, and a few more, but you'll also notice that a lot of them have Pro. So again, if you're using templates regularly, which I highly recommend because you can so easily customize templates to suit your brand, particularly if you've got the brand kit installed. And it just means that instead of having to search for ages to scroll through until you find a free one, you can just use that paid one that's already really great and save yourself time there too. So the same goes with your elements, your templates, photos, fonts as well. I have a lot of paid fonts versions. So it's just a lot of things that there's more included in the Canva Pro version that will help you save time. Another feature that's mainly in the Pro version of Canva is the edit kind of function and the Magic Studio. So you'll see up here, if I click edit on a photo, then it's got the Magic Studio here. It's got the background mover that I've already shown you. It's also got Magic Eraser, Magic Grab, Grab Text, Magic Expand. The only one in here that you can use if you have Canva free is the Magic Edit, which is a great one, but they're probably just because they're still refining this. And then once they've got it refined out of beta mode, they're probably going to move it across to Pro as well. And so I'm going to show you a couple of these now because I think they're really great tools, especially if you need to edit some images that you've got that aren't quite perfect. So Magic Eraser here means that I can totally remove something from the image that I don't think should be there anymore. So say I wanted to remove this, I can just paint over it and Canva will then load that. And you can see that it's removed it from the image. Another great tool that you can use, I'm just going to undo that because I want that text back there, is a Magic Grab feature. And the great thing with Magic Grab and a lot of these magic tools as well is if you don't want to paint over things like I just did over here, you can actually click, and you can see that it's selected different parts of my image. So if I want to grab this out and grab my laptop out, I can press grab. And then what Canva's going to then do is grab that image and extract it from the background and fill in the background so I can then move this image of me anywhere in this photo. So you can see here that I can now pick this me up and it's totally filled in the background there as if I wasn't even there. Obviously this one isn't a great one because why would I want to move myself around anywhere, but I could always make myself really large like so, and then I'm kind of protruding out of the image and look like a bit of a cartoon. Anyway, that's a whole other thing to play with. So you've got Magic Eraser, Magic Grab. You've also got Grab Text. This helps you grab text within an image and retype it out. And Magic Expand. Magic Expand is really great if you've got an image but it doesn't quite fill out the rest of your needs. So say, for example, this image of me is great, but what if I wanted my elbow to be in here? All I need to do is click on the image, press edit, and I can go over to that Magic Expand button, press Magic Expand, and then I can grab this and move it out to the edge and say, I actually want some arm in here, and I can press Magic Expand, and AI is going to then look at that and bring out and create parts of that image that weren't already there. So you can see here, it's given me 4 options to replace my arm. This one here has done a pretty good job. It looks like if you didn't know that I just brought that out, that one's perfect. Okay, so I'm going to press done. And so that's just brought that image out if I ever needed to, and I could add some text in here, create a great design from it. Another feature that you might not know about, because it's one of the newer ones, but it's only available again on Canva Pro, is the blend tool. So if I click on again on an image, go to edit and scroll down to apps here, I can scroll across to blend. And blend lets me select 2 images and blend them together. So I've just actually added a photo of a parrot, it's not a parrot, a bird, I'm just going to say bird, on top of my knee here. And if I select both of these together and press blend images, again, Canva is going to look at that image and say, hey, how can I make these 2 images look like they were meant to be together? So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit so we can see exactly what's happening here. So you can see here, it's kind of put the bird tail a little bit behind my leg. It's kind of changed the coloring a little bit, and it's tried to make it look like it's sitting on my leg a bit better. Some of them are spot on, some of them aren't, but I think that one's actually pretty good. And so you wouldn't be able to tell that image there wasn't actually a bird on my leg on that photo shoot. Imagine that. All right, the next one I want to show you is animations. So there are a few animation tools that are available on Canva free, but there are a few that are only available on Canva Pro. So if I just click on this here, I can go to animate here. And you can see if I click over to page here, there's Magic Animate. And Magic Animate is really great because it actually just takes the design and looks at it and says, hey, why don't you try this animation style? And it does all the hard work for me. So say if I press bold, It's done all that work for me. All right, one of my favorites that I want to show you is history. History is a game changer. If you watch one of my recent videos, you'll have seen it in there. But in essence, if you go to File and go to Version History, you can see the little crown over here. That means that I can go back to any point in time where I've edited this design. So say, for example, I delete a page that I realized later on that I actually want. So I've deleted the page, I've gone out of Canva, that I can't press undo anymore. I can actually go to Version History and it will show me all the different variations of this design that I've saved in the past and will let me restore that version or make a copy of that version. So that one saved my butt many, many times. Another one that you can do is schedule your social media directly from Canva. So if I press share here and I can then go down to share on social. This is only a Canva Pro feature to schedule it out. So I can share directly from Canva for free, but if I want to schedule it out, then I want to have a Canva Pro feature. So I can then select the date and all of the different bits and pieces that I want and just schedule that out straight directly from the app. And the final one that I wanted to share with you that is only a Canva Pro feature is the bulk create option. Bulk create means that you can create multiple social media posts with just one click. So I've got a template here that I've made. It's got an image and some text here. And what you can do is either upload a CSV file or add that in manually right here. So I've added in some design tips, some expanding text here, and I'm going to also add in an image here. So I'm just going to click through to my own images and just select these in here. And what I can then do is press done. I can link this data to my actual design template. So I'm going to press connect data, design tip. And I can then press continue and generate, and Canva's going to generate designs from that CSV file. So you can see here it's implemented the image, it's used the text, it's implemented the text, and all these designs are different with me barely having to do anything. And so you can see there's not much I even need to change here. I can just drag this down a little bit. I can change this text to being a little bit lower there. And then I've made 4 designs in an instant, and I could have added in 50 designs to that and created all that really quickly. So that's also only a Canva Pro feature. So those are some really great things to consider with trying to work out if Canva Pro is for you. If some of those features were things that you know will save you time and money and effort in your business, then it might be worth biting the bullet and doing that upgrade. But if you think you can get by without those, then there is no need to upgrade. So it's really just about using Canva, finding out when you're hitting roadblocks and trying and wasting time using that because you're not upgrading to Pro, and working out what's the cost benefit to my business. Is it really worth upgrading this as a business expense, and making things a lot easier for myself? If you are looking to use Canva more for your business and want to actually use it really strategically and do really great designs, have a really strategic brand, and learn how to actually make a logo in the right way, then I would love to have you in my course, DIY Design My Biz. But if you're just looking for a taster of the course, make sure you head to the Seriously in Business Challenge. It's a free 3-part video training series that is 20-minute videos, and it's going to step you through some really great things. I've got Canva hacks in there, I've got design principles in there, and I've got actually helping you to create graphics that are going to grow your business and make your business money rather than dragging you down and wasting your time. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, let me know in the comments. Let me know which of these Canva Pro features it is a must for you if you're a Canva Pro user, or if you're Canva free user, which one that you wish that you had. And again, if you want to use my affiliate link to help support this channel, that link is in the description as well. Thank you for joining me.